月底制作。Hello, teacher. It's already started.
Okay, can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay, it's nice to see you. So I am Arvin. What's your name?
Maria.
Maria, what do you do?
I'm a finance consultant
Okay, so what do you do
for,
as a financial consultant?
yeah, it's for implement the finance how to say, the finance module for the large companies. Most of them is um, um, foreign company, and
Mm-hmm.
some are some are Chinese companies.
Okay, so why do you want to learn English online?
Uh, yeah, I want to improve my English, oral English,
Mm-hmm.
because my customer is uh, they are foreigners. I
I
need to
see.
talk with them, talk the specific business, finance business with our customer, and to give the solution for the for this such scenario, yeah, and implement the whole project for our customer. This is my job.
So what about you said about the problems. So what were the common problems as per your work?
Yeah, you mean for the English problems or my job
Yeah,
problems,
it could
my
be.
work problems?
Mm-hmm.
You
I
mean
see.
my work problems?
Yeah, it could be, right? The challenges.
Uh,
So what are the challenges in your job
uh,
experience, for example, and how do you
uh,
solve those?
yes. Yeah. My daily work, we have a lot of challenges um, in the process of the implementation project. Yeah, normally in one project we will have a lot of people. Those people have a different personality, but
Yes,
we
definitely.
need to group those people in in one topic, and then we will have some brainstorm.
Definitely.
if if I'm the one who arrange this meeting, I need to lead this meeting, and to gathering those people's mind, those people's solutions, and coordinate with those people. Yeah, that's a challenge to me,
Mm,
and some of them is most some of them is foreigners. That's another challenges for me, because my oral English is not so good. uh,
okay.
um,
You said about yeah, yeah. Of course, when it comes to job, sometimes there is there is a task that we can pull it off, right? Because it's too complicated and too complex. So have you had that kind of experience?
uh, you mean for the experience for test?
Yeah, I mean it's like the problem was like dead end. There's no other solution. Something like that.
mm, uh, Sorry, can you repeat your question?
Yeah. So was there for example a challenge that
Mm,
seems there's no solution at all because
mm,
the problem was too complex and complicated?
Oh, there's no solution.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but currently, I didn't. I still not encountered that the
Not
question
yet so
that
far.
cannot solved. But I think yeah, the solution may be not provided by me, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah, because
higher ups. Yeah,
I'm yeah, my job position, so to say, is like
that makes
project
sense.
manager and
Yeah.
is one coordinator. You
Mm-hmm.
can say it's only a
Absolutely.
coordinator. I'm not the one who provided the solution to them.
Absolutely. It's not. It's no longer the scope of your task or your job description, right?
Mm,
Okay,
yes.
so let's get to the lesson. Okay, so you're going to learn about business learn and talk at China, chapter one, China, unit three,
Mm.
industry. So mooncake makers set to meet growing overseas demand. So, for example, in China, so when they make mooncake, why do you think it was? Why do you think was? Why do you think it was on high demand for
It's a
especially
high
for
demand
yeah.
mooncake because it's in China we have one public holiday. It's called Middle Autumn. Middle Autumn. It's in that day people usually will eat this mooncake.
Mhm.
Yeah, so in that period of that public holiday, there have a lot of different mooncake
Mhm.
will be produced by different makers. They
Mhm.
have a lot of uh, different shape, you can say, and also different taste.
Wow, that's really
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, it's like we can still earn money even though it's holiday. Like in my country, right? When it's holiday, they earn
Mm.
money. Like Christmas Day. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
it there's a lot of there are lots of people everywhere, like ubiquitously. They were selling stuff, whatever stuff they want to sell, right? So
Mm.
consequently, they earn lots of money, right?
Mhm, yes.
Okay. So next is okay. So here, okay, due to the growing demand from overseas markets. Okay, for example, overseas markets. So what do you think are, let's say, the products that the China is, let's say, importing
Uh,
from other country? Yeah.
for other country, the important product.
Hmm. So what do you think is what
Mm.
kind of products do you think
Uh,
China import from other countries?
oh, China import from other countries. Oh, it, import.
Yeah, import is like
Uh,
they get they buy the products from other country and
mm,
deliver or ship to China. But I think
mm.
there's a tariff, right? Right, it's a
Yes,
tariff
they have a tariff
for that,
tax.
right?
Uh, I think maybe the electronic product,
Mm-hmm.
something like the electronic product that China will import from Japanese
Mm-hmm.
and Korea, and also some car. There was some car also imported from overseas makers. Overseas, yeah.
Okay. So what about the other way around? The products that China are exporting, what are those? And do you think China can make profit from those?
Mm, you mean those product is
Yeah,
actually
from China.
produced from China
Yes, yes.
and
If it's
export to other
other
countries?
country, yeah.
I don't think so because there recently there have Donald Trump who
Oh
is
gosh.
America's president and he recently published one policy.
Mm-hmm.
that increase the tariff tax for
Oh
China.
gosh. Mm-hmm.
If they if America import some product or uh, some other things from China, they
Mm-hmm.
will a very high tariff tax, which is more than 100%.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Oh no,
it's too high.
that's too high.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what about of course, uh, importing from America? Do you think China is still accepting the goods from America and importing to China?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think so
Still okay.
uh, because we have some we have some necessary product they must import from America.
Yes, if, of course, if it is business, then you have to risk, right?
Mm,
You have to
yeah,
compromise because that's how business goes, right?
yeah.
Okay. So, and now is sparing no effort to expand their production and diversify their products to earn more foreign currency. Okay, for example, okay, so improving the GDP of a country, or for example, China. So, how do you think China can improve the GDP?
Mm, get, get improved the GDP.
GDP, like it's like the national income,
Mm,
national money of a country.
yes, yes, I understand. There have many ways. If people improve their spending power in normal daily life, the GDPs in China will be increased. Uh, this is part of a way. Another some other ways maybe mm, mm, increase the economy some other way. I don't know. I can
Maybe
only
AI.
think about the spending power for
Mhm.
people.
Yeah, so maybe the AI or the modern
Mm,
technology, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because people are crazy about new technology, innovation, cutting
Mm,
edge, they're futuristic. So I think that could really boost the economy, right?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what about the other way around, which is plummeting the economy? When do you think economy is plummeting?
Plummeting. What do
Plummeting,
you
like
mean?
going down, like
Going
going
down. Going down. The economy going down.
plummet.
Economy going down. I think. Mm, I think maybe they have a lot of economic reasons, inflation, deflation,
Yes, absolutely.
something like
I
that.
hate it. Yeah, because actually when we experienced the inflation in the Philippines, it's like the cost of living was getting high, and of course
mm,
there are many poor people than rich people. So as a result, most poor people was impacted on that inflation, right? So
mm,
yeah, we were like striving yeah for us to at least avail or buy things or needs that we need on a daily basis, right?
yes.
Okay. So next is by the end of August in 2019, mooncake producers and traders from Guangdong have earned more than 5% million after selling a total of 129 batches. So for example, in China, okay, so what do you think is, let's say, a product or services that that you guys can profit more aside
Uh,
from mooncake production?
China can profit more
Yeah,
from
from
mooncake production.
yeah. So aside from mooncake,
Mm,
what other products or services do you think
mm.
China can profit more aside from, like producing more mooncakes?
Uh, uh, if the sales price is increased, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
they will make profit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Sales price, I think, what I say is the sales price of this mooncake. If they sell other people, if they increase the sales price, they will make money from this food. What if export export to other countries?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So I believe that if the country is exporting more and the tariff is high, I think it's very profitable, right? Yeah.
Mm.
You just
Ah,
have
okay.
you, yeah, absolutely. You just have to make the tariff high if
Mm.
other country will accept the tariff, right? Yeah, I guess so. Why not? Okay. And then and exports of the mooncakes, a kind of traditional gift during the Mid-Autumn Festival, are expected to continue to soar in the coming days, said a statement. Okay. So export mooncakes. Okay. And then to help local companies increase their mooncake sales abroad. Okay. So for example, aside from mooncakes, what other local companies do you think they can earn more? For example, in countrysides, right?
Uh,
Yes, because I know that I there are so many artisans in countrysides, right? Like for example, in my country, there are so many artisans, and of course, they are so talented and they're good at creating things or making things that can be sold in, let's say, if it is mass produced, right? Yeah. So what about that?
you mean except the mooncake?
Yeah, aside from mooncake, like for example, artisans. So I believe
ID
that.
sense, ID sense. What is the ID sense?
Okay, so when you say artisans, they
Mm,
are they are creating things or making things that
mm.
are let's say for example handmade, right? Handmade products. Okay.
Have been.
Handmade products. Okay. So the products are made from hands, not
Oh, mm.
by machines, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
that there.
Is that common in your country or maybe in the provinces in China?
Yes, it is
Yeah,
common in
right.
country
Yeah.
hunting. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So for example, in China, are there many artisans like they make they make products that are made from from, let's say, nature, right?
Mm. Artisans.
Yeah. Yeah.
There have a lot of product is antisense and it's handmade. Uh, but for the recent years, a lot of product can be made by machine.
Mm-mm.
The traditional of Chinese, we have a lot of very beautiful, very beautiful product, and
Yeah.
uh, and they are handmade before
Mm-hmm.
in some years ago. A lot
Yeah.
of mm, currently I cannot think of this kind of product.
Mm-hmm. Because I think
But
we are in a modern world now. It's like they are becoming obsolete now, right? Yeah, so that's because, of course, it's better to still use. That's why they said that, people will be replaced by AI. So they
mm,
think that's the beginning of it. That's why, I think less artisans are now making their products. What do you think?
making their product. The AI. I say the AI. I think may there can only replace some work
Mm-hmm.
which is need, which need to think. Those
Oh
work
yeah.
may well replaced by the
Mm-hmm.
AI, but it cannot replace by the, by the those products that need to
Yes.
handmade by people. For example, the houses.
Yes. Right.
This is kind of mm,
Definitely. That makes sense,
product
right?
that is cannot
Yeah.
cannot made by AI, right?
Yeah, and I think it's going to be expensive if they're going to create
Yeah.
an AI that can do the job because, yeah, I think it's expensive, right?
Mm.
Okay. So what about Customs has established a special task force earlier this year, guiding locals to further improve their mooncake quality and products that can meet quality requirements set by Western countries and regions for mooncake imports. The estate. Okay. So aside from America, so what other countries do China collaborate with or coalesce? Yeah. Coalesce.
Collaborate.
Okay. Are there other countries that China
Uh,
coalesce or collaborate? So when you say coalesce, it's like to be friends, right?
uh.
Yes,
You
coalesce.
mean
To
some?
work
You
with,
mean
yeah.
some product is produced by two countries? Or
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
oh.
two countries are becoming friends and
Mm.
they can exchange products. So that is coalesce or
Oh,
to it's like they are China's allies, right?
China
China's when you
Islands.
say China's allies, these countries are friends with China,
Mm.
right? Yeah,
Mm, mm,
that is
mm,
allies because I think it's better to find allies, especially if the country needs help, right?
mm.
Yeah,
Yes.
something like that. Because of course we don't know in the future what will happen. So at least if we have allies, if we coalesce with nice countries, it's better. So I think the force will be unbeatable, right?
Yes.
Yeah, something like that, right? What do you think? So when it comes to let's say collaboration, do you think? I mean, which countries uh, does China coalesce?
Uh, which country? Yeah.
Maybe
Uh,
Europe, right? Is that correct? I'm not sure, but I heard that you guys can work with European people. Is that correct?
yeah, probably. You
Mm-hmm.
mean which country is China's coalesce?
Yeah, to coalesce
Which?
or to make trades, right?
Mm, yes, it's in Euro. I
Yeah.
think I don't know. I don't know more about this.
Okay. So next is okay. So is pair no effect. Okay, diversify. So to start to include more different types of things. Okay. So for soar. Okay, for example, diversify. Okay, when it comes to let's say business. Okay, so do you think they have to diversify when it comes to business?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
They must yeah, diversity their product.
Okay, the advantage. What do you think is the advantage of diversification?
uh, it will make more profit from the product.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
And
and
then,
to make will have more creative
mm-hmm.
for this company. Yeah.
Okay, and then soar. So to rise very quickly to a high level. Okay, for example, soaring. So when do you think a country can soar high when it comes
Mm.
to wealth?
Uh, Well, if they, mm, if this company got a lot of money from other investment,
Mm,
or yeah, if they got, yeah, if they got an IPO,
mhm,
and they have a lot of investor
mhm.
to invest their company, they
Absolutely.
will expand their company's scale.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So task force, a group of people who are brought together to do a particular job. So for example, the man labor or task force. So how important do you think is man labor in a business?
Bentley were
What you call that? So
uh,
manpower, yeah. So
manpower. Mm.
how do you think manpower or task force important in a business?
Yeah,
How important are
it's very important. It can gathering a lot of people's think.
Yeah, yeah. So they can actually let gather information, gather knowledge,
Mm.
because
Yes, yes.
two heads are better than one, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So what
Yeah.
about further? Okay. So to a greater distance or degree, okay, and then region. Okay. So do you have any questions here?
Mm, currently, no.
Oh,
I think yeah, your class type is not different with other teacher.
okay, so why? Do
It's
you like
very special. I like it. I like it.
Mhm. Yeah, because of
You
course
can ask, yeah, you can ask our questions, and we can think in our mind, and
absolutely.
that will make and it will do have some improvement.
Mhm, absolutely. Honestly, that's how I gauge my students because if they're just reading, it
Mm.
doesn't make sense. But if you try to exercise your neurons, your spontaneity, your impromptu speech, that can help a lot. That's why I bombard my students with so many questions because that's the goal for student to respond to questions. And if you're able to exercise your spontaneity, it's better, right? Yeah,
Yes, yes.
rather than reading and then afterwards nothing happens, right? Right? That makes sense.
Yeah, I
Okay.
understand. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
So anyway, thank you so much. I'd like to converse so much more. I like to banter, but the time is so limited. So thank you so
yeah.
much for trusting me as your tutor, and I hope to see you again next time. Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank
Thank you
you.
for your
Have a
time.
nice day.
Likewise. Thank you.
Thank you.